Welcome. Welcome back to another episode of my Purdue Boilermakers Dynasty here on College Football 26. Well, we are in year 7, crazy as that is to say. Currently ranked number 8 in the country. And we are getting ready to take on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish here in a top 10 matchup. We are currently 1-1 on the season. We lost the opener to TCU on a last-second touchdown, one of the best games of the series, if not the single best game that we've had here in this dynasty. In the last episode, we were able to beat up on Texas 38-21. Really dominated this game defensively. Just Longhorns just did not have an answer going on the road. With a really talented roster, with a great quarterback, just did not have what it takes. One of their scores was actually a pick six. Just didn't have the answers for us. Notre Dame last year handed us our first of 2 losses that we suffered last year, the other one being in the national championship game. So we're certainly looking for a little bit of redemption here against the Fighting Irish, and they beat us at home. Ended our long win streak, both at home and just in general, that led us through 2 national championship runs. But they're off to a pretty solid start this year. They have a massive victory on the road at what right now is the number 3 ranked Pittsburgh Panthers. Then they got smashed by Clemson, 55-11. Really startling, kind of game score there for sure. And then they only beat USF by 3 coming off of the bye week. So, yeah, really, really awkward season kind of for them so far. And we have a lot of bad blood with Notre Dame. For my money, this is our greatest rival of the series. They've beaten us, more than any other team has that we have played. And, we play them every year. They're right there in line with us as far as being a super talented team. Now, they don't have Maurice Timms anymore. They do have an explosive runner here at quarterback, but one that is not as good a thrower of the football. So we'll see how that ends up shaking out, because they do have, a great running back room. That's what really gave us fits last year. They really ran the ball well. They broke a bunch of tackles, created explosives. Still, as always, have a really good group of wide receivers, including Zaire Ankra, who was a guy out of the portal that we tried to get. Came over from Ohio State. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure it was Ohio State, right? Yes, Ohio State. Still has yet to get a first career catch, and he is an 88 overall. I'm sure he gets one today if I had to wager a guess. But a really talented group of wide receivers. Tight end room is a lot lighter than it typically is when we play them. The offensive line is a dramatic step down for them just in general off of what they have had pretty much every single time that we have played them throughout this series. But they're pretty good still. Defensive line, I would say, is also a slight step down, but really good on the interior. What does their block shedding look like? Pretty solid, not great, but pretty good overall there. Definitely some pass rushing ability within there. Eric Sexton is an elite linebacker. Drew Durbin is great behind him. Brian Runyon is one of the best players in all of college football. Another extremely athletic, great middle linebacker for them. And then Steve Aiyuk, another elite level tight like linebacker. This front 7 is just insane strictly because of them. They're really good at cornerback, good size, pretty good speed, good change of direction. Certainly more man coverage versus zone coverage kind of guys. Elite speed, talent group of free safeties here. I mean, just disgusting, even at strong safety from a pure athleticism standpoint, even though Tyree is maybe not quite as well developed, but that guy with 93 speed, 82 zone, that's a really, really good player there. We have struggled with the turnovers so far this year, including throwing 3 interceptions against Texas. Brody Sampson has been a little off target, more than we would like, certainly at this point. A lot of his numbers and peripherals are maybe not crazy down, but this is certainly a pretty significant one that we're doing a worse job of, and that is throwing the interception. Deion Spurlock has done a nice job coming in as running back 1 here this year. But still looking for like the first big breakout game. Tranquil did have 2 touchdowns against Texas. A guy to watch out for here as the season develops. Emmett Poe, a redshirt freshman, already has a punt return touchdown and a receiving touchdown on the season. Have to see if maybe he gets utilized more. And, of course, you got to watch out for these 2 freshman tight ends. Still looking to get Abram going, and really like what I've seen out of Danny Nestor so far, filling the role kind of as our third down go-to guy. Okay. But this game is on the road. Again, we're looking to get revenge against a really, really strong, talented opponent. It's one I do think we have the obvious advantage at quarterback as long as we get the good version of Brody Sampson. And it's one that, I think we're better along the offensive lines. But I think they're better along, the defensive, the linebacker situation. I think we're a little bit better on the lines just in general on both sides of the field. I think they're better than us in the secondary. That was not a problem against Texas. It was a massive problem against TCU. We've been really reliant on two players at the pass rush, and that's sending a blitz and Philip Treadwell getting there or Cranchit getting there for a sack. So how do we kind of develop and push past that? Because this is, one of the better opponents we're going to face this year, probably outside of Ohio State. USC is going to be up there in that conversation, of course. But you don't want to fall to 1-2, and trying to be a playoff team here for the fifth consecutive year. So we'll see what we can do. See if we can get the job done here on the road. Still trying to largely figure out how these new, skill position guys are really going to interact together, and who ends up being our go-to guys when we need them the most. We are underway here though in Game 3 of Season 7. Number 8 Purdue versus number 9 Notre Dame. I don't know how you don't come into this game thinking the Fighting Irish are the favorites. Beat us 38-35. Do have a winning record against them here in this series. They have certainly given us fits. They've been really tough games. See what we can do here. Come out in a 2 tight end set. We'll immediately try to just send pressure, prepare for the run. Got pressure back there. Pass gets off. Ali has made some great plays, has also made, been a part of some of the worst plays we have had this year as well. It's beaten man coverage there, but a good throw and a good catch through traffic. Sometimes there's not but so much you can do. Run play here. Cranchit does a nice job of stuffing that. Gain of 2, they go 3 wide receivers for the first time. Let's come out blitz, see if I just want to go straight man. A little bit more spread out than I would like. Let's actually go cover 3 here. Run play, it's a handoff. Bad angle there from Ordonez. Sets that up to be a big explosive run. I'll mix things up here. There's some pressure that's going to come off that left side. RPO, good throw. Little run game extension play. Nothing ever wrong with that. Let's go all man. Double wide receiver 1. Handoff. Breaks a couple of tackles. Mallory only brings him down. Toilolo. Gain of 2. I really want to send this pressure. Pressure's trying to come through there, and it is going to be Wiley. It comes back and gets the sack. The former 5-star. Still largely just a rotational piece for us right now. It's his first sack of the season. Able to get off the field here against Notre Dame. And that is a really, really bad punt. Outstanding field position to start things off with for Purdue, considering where the punt release was from. Look at this group of linebackers, man. There's a reason why we've gotten senior Mike transfers from them the past 2 years. One, of course, being Kyle Riggs, one of the best players we've had here in the Dynasty. From there last year. Really loud environment. I'll try to lean on this run game today is certainly what I am hoping to accomplish. Of course, then you just really have to deal with these linebackers a lot more. Spurlock, second carry, sets up a 3rd and 4. Sending Spurlock off. Screen here, and it's Emmett Poe breaking a tackle there, gets the first down. Number 7, I'm telling you, just feels like a special player. Redshirt freshman making an impact. We now see Ahmed out there. The first time he's going to get his first carry of the day. Spin move off the safety. It'll be a first down, and one of their star linebackers a little banged up here in Eric Sexton. Good start here from Purdue so far, though. We go 4 wide receivers here again. Some pressure. It's going to be just dropped down to Emmett Poe. Only 2 catches for him. Second and 1. Handoff here. Man, 97 did such a good job of blowing that play up. Didn't really have a chance to even get to the hole. 3 wide receivers. Gonna barely get this out to Spurlock, and he's gonna score. Oh, golly. My finger slipped off the. That's annoying. Finger slipped off the controller and it stopped him. All right, it's now 1st and goal at the 3. Franco just on a little tiny motion. Little buck sweep here. Nice blocking. Spurlock gets the touchdown anyway. Outstanding start here for Purdue. It's a big 3rd down sack they're looking for. Good field position due to a bad punt. A couple of explosive pass plays. A nice job of running the football. Have the Boilermakers up 7-0. Bad field position here for the Fighting Irish as well. Let's play a snap here with Vince Ruggs. He's only played like 6 or 7 snaps, but he's made a couple of big plays early on here. And off up the middle, just a gain of 1. Tight end set. That one's going to get blown up. He somehow gets the pass off. What a play. Wow. Wow. 2 tight end set here now. Wow. Great play. It's 2 tight ends and another offensive lineman out there blocking. Oh, got lucky there. 2 Notre Dame players run into each other. Luckily, we're lucky that they kind of collided with each other. Helped create an incomplete pass. They're also lucky that we didn't get over there and get that interception. Ankara is literally not playing for them. That is crazy. Good run. Come on, guys. Breaks a couple of tackles there. It's going to set up a 3rd and 3. I think we're going to play it here. And we're going to play man defense. We're going to send pressure. They don't block, or they block it long enough, but a bad throw. Going to force them to punt it away again. They had a horrific punt there last time. See if he gets a better one off here. Does not have a ton of leg in Emmett Poe. Ability to bring that up there a little bit. 3 wide receivers here on this play. There is Abram. Explosive play there. Good blocking. It's going to be a first down. Notre Dame crowd already a little stunned here. There's Nestor, makes the catch. Got a little wiggle to his game. It's a gain of 6 there. Second and 4. Toss outside. Spurlock's able to get real wide there. Nice spin move back to the inside. First down. So a strong run there. Running the ball has been pretty seamless so far for the Boilermakers. Play action. Tries to get that pass off, but we're not fooled at all. Sampson takes some shots. Not a turnover or anything, though. Like out in motion. They kind of run that side. You're going to try to give it to Ahmed. Cut it too far up there. 91 makes a good play. Suddenly a 3rd and 11. Got control of this game. I don't want to be too crazy with this. Screen inside to Tranquil, and it's going to be well set up again. Should have took that to the inside. He might have scored. It is a 3rd and long first down burst there. Stretch play, shut down. I'm sure they're going to start defending this run a lot better. Let's take this in the first quarter. It's a 7-0 lead, and Purdue dominated the first quarter. Well in, scoring position here again. See if they can tag some more on here at home. Again, to me, this is our biggest rival of the series. Obviously, in real life, I would think Purdue fans would probably say Indiana is their biggest rival in general. At least in this series, it is. Golly, tried the end around. He gets hit. 97 is a menace. Yeah. Wow. Couldn't even get the handle. I don't know how well that play works anyway, but that's an ugly look. Three wide receivers. Abram goes in motion. They don't really run with him. And he's going to catch that in stride. A 3rd and 19 conversion. This has not been a pass offense that's created a bunch of big plays this year, outside of a couple of underneath passes kind of exploding. Get that over to the tight end. That was almost intercepted and almost caught still. Sampson 7-9. We're going to try to get this touch pass off the Tranquil, see if we can get some good blocking here. Toss up, gets the block there. 12, cuts up. Down at the 3. Going goal line. We'll hand it off. We're controlling this game. I don't want to make a mistake. And handoffs. Spurlock's going to get to the outside. Great blocking along the right. Able to get wide. Gets into the end zone. 2 touchdowns here for Spurlock so far today. This has been a dominant start so far for the Boilermakers. Coming off a loss at TCU, been at home now for the 2nd straight game, or excuse me, another big opponent still for the 2nd straight game. So 3 really tough games with another tough one next game. It's Michigan coming up. This team is starting to kind of feel itself again, it looks like. Pressure starting to come through, and it's Cranchit again. 3rd straight game with a sack. He's an edge player that can play on the inside. He's a little undersized, but is really tough to stop. Both just with his athleticism and finesse moves against while rushing the passer, but he's a staunch run defender as well. Good run here, though. The run game, despite having an elite quarterback and great players on the outside, the run game is what Notre Dame beat us with last year. I would think with a less talented, less experienced quarterback, you would run with that a little bit more often. Not been the case so far here in the early going. They're trying to get pressure here again, and it is going to land. Great coverage, it looks like, here on the back end. Notre Dame just cannot get out of their own way. There's nobody open. At least not by the time he got where he was scrambling. Purdue is hitting them in the mouth right now. A fair catch that one with Poe. Like, you're already kind of in the mindset of, I don't really know that Notre Dame is going to consistently be able to score today. Kind of just lean on running this clock. Let's just not make sure we're not making a mistake. I think that might be the play we end up going with here today. Out to Broderick Mills, one of those freshman tight ends. Making waves here. 3rd and 3. And he hits a big pass up the field to Spurlock. All of a sudden, a team that I'm telling you has not really found explosives, has not found the passing game that easy, strike there with a man beater. That's why I really like that play, because it crushes zones with the 3 kind of, whatever you would call those routes, kind of slant curl options there. Then he gives you the chance with Spurlock, as explosive as he is, gets set up man-to-man with a linebacker there, and it's just too much. Gets the pass over, it's just dropped by Mills. Just dropped. They might say Lott deflected that. I don't think he did, though. Screen here to the inside of Tranquil, not a lot there. Again, kind of the same thought process. Trying to not make a mistake here. Right now, it just does not look like they're going to do much offensively. Take the completion, let the clock run a little bit, see if we can make this field goal with Gee. It's a really bad angle for me anyway. Just barely sneaks that one in. It's a 17-0 lead. Really shocked with this, how this has started. Really shocked. Notre Dame crowd is quiet right now. See if we can keep it going here. I think they've got to rely on this run game a little bit more. And now you're down 3 scores. You want to drop back to pass it. Able to outrun Treadwell, it just goes out of bounds. Okay. I really wish they would get that fixed. At this time, I'm guessing they're not going to, but kind of weird scramble thing. 2nd and 10. See, good run blocking. In a 4 there, and he could have done a better job of getting up the field as well. 3rd and 3. Notre Dame's got to find a way to get this crowd back into it. Pressure is coming and lands again. 5 sacks. This is the same slider set that TCU, we couldn't get any non-blitz pressure on them. They threw for over 400 yards. Give me a Poe, not much there. Wow. I'm really shocked by this, because this is a really good Notre Dame team. Leaning on this rushing attack. I'm literally okay going to the locker room here. You know, I'm perfectly fine just kind of eating up clock here. Screen inside to Nestor, not much there. Notre Dame looking to force a punt here Screen is going to get blocked up. They able to get Ahmed down. Take it to the 2-minute warning. Actually, Notre Dame calls a timeout. It's a really weird spot to call a timeout because this play is going to take up pretty much all the way to the 2-minute warning. I'm going to kick this one relatively high. Yep, we're going to take up the 2-minute warning. Can we get back there? We do not. Notre Dame's got to get going quickly on offense. Right now, it just doesn't look like they have the horses to do so. Play action. Almost got there for a sack. Gain of 5. This is a spot you could probably do damage in. Got Cornelius out in coverage right now. This is the time to hurry up. You got to throw that. He's going to throw that one at a defensive end on a tight end there in coverage. He's getting bullied up front right now. Underneath. Brought down. It is a first down, though. This crowd is so quiet. It sounds so weird in my headset. First down play there. Less than a minute and a half left. Got plenty of time to throw that time, and it's kind of a tough pass to try to get that over there too. Dave has not had an answer. Trying to get him on the move. There you go. It gets knocked away because it's not a good throw. We'll try to overload the right side here. See if we can hold maybe this tackle with Cornelius. Dude, no pressure really gets there. Good throw, good catch. Way to bring that in bounds. It's a really nice play. Here we go. Knocked down. They're going to call another timeout. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. Minute left here in the first half. 17-0 lead. Notre Dame finally putting together a drive. They're starting to maneuver their quarterback out. It's probably helping them maneuver around this pressure he has been under. It'll be a handoff here on a 1st and 10. Notre Dame not going to call a timeout. Don't necessarily like that because now they're either going to call a timeout here pretty quickly or be down to 20 seconds. They decide not to call the timeout. Down to 15 seconds now. He's going to try to scramble up and he throws it away. At least coming out as if they're going to. I guess you got a timeout to work with, but you got to get rid of the ball pretty quickly, one way or the other. They're going to lob it up. Alfonso Lett makes a play there in the corner, able to knock it away. Try to get that to John Babb. Not a great 50-50 guy. Does have the silver for that, but Notre Dame looks like they're finally going to get on the board here. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Makes it 17-3. It's going to be time for a kickoff return. All right, going to the halftime. Purdue is up 17-3, going to get the ball to start the second half. Defense has played really well. Notre Dame finally got, some good things going there. on that last drive. And see, they're only averaging 3.3 yards per play. This Purdue defense that got lit up by a guy making his first career start in week 1 has been terrific now the last 6 quarters. Can they maintain that? It's been a little shocking all of a sudden, just that turnaround from the TCU game to at least at this point right now. Emmett Melton, the former 5-star wide receiver, true freshman, not getting a ton of playing time, at least getting some special teams work here. In the early going, this Purdue team really ran the ball a lot in the first half, trying to minimize the chances at making mistakes. Had a couple of plays blown up while doing so, but also showing some good flashes here as well. A 2 tight end set. Get this out wide to Broderick. This is going to pick up the first down. Send Abram in motion. Going to be a handoff to him, and 5's got room to, golly, just barely got grabbed. Or been able to get that to the edge. Hold on 1 second. For some reason, my TV is flickering. Let's see if I can get this straightened out. Second and inches. Sampson hands it off to Spurlock. This one gets shut down. It's going to be a loss of about a half a yard. 3rd and 1. The trio going to try to hit this toss to the outside. Blocked well. Spurlock's got the first down. Just enough to hold the point. Almost got caught there in the backfield. Able to get away from it. Already 11 carries for Spurlock, and got a couple of catches out of the backfield as well. Underneath Abram, they're all over it. Just a gain of 1. I don't understand sometimes what happens on that play. A couple of times there in practice where he just won't put his hands up to catch it. Besser gets hit in the face there and has some room to operate. Try to flag this out to Ahmed, but a nice open field tackle. Purdue's going to have to punt. These guys are so good at cornerback and, just defensive back and linebacker. I'm really trying to, unless we really get a good look, I don't know how we didn't tackle that one down. Really trying not to take that many shots down the field. Not when we have kind of control of this game. This is a really big drive, though, for Notre Dame. Second and 10. Play action. Good throw in the middle. Going to get knocked away, though. Broderick with contact right at the right time. Going to give them a different look here. Have Rose coming off the edge for the first time, I believe. Able to make a swim move, just barely misses. His first sack. Notre Dame. Hornberger is 8 for 18. Having a really tough day and under a lot of pressure. Not getting it done. I think they're doing him a disservice by calling as many pass plays as they are. Poe gets a chance to return, and he's already at midfield. Whew. That got blown up in the backfield. Run game has certainly not been very consistent Really, you take away, do find a way to create a couple of explosive pass plays. This has been a relatively tough day for the offense. Good throw there to Abram. Man-to-man coverage. Gets the job done. Send a heavy blitz there. We'll try this end around again. Gets it. It's going to get wide. Not going to get that block set up. Ooh, that should have been a block in the back. They don't call it. Tranquil gets the end around. Makes it work. Already scored once on an end around. Good pass underneath, gain of 7. Try to get this set up over here. Hand it off to Mills and gets wrapped up in the backfield. Third and 4. See what we got. Emmett Poe's going to convert the 3rd down. Got him underneath me. Sampson's been super efficient. Created a couple of big pass plays as well. Oh, I called the wrong play. See if we get Nestor a score here. 1st and goal. Pressure underneath. Nestor. Stop at the 1. Not been able to get him going at all today. 3 catches for 10 yards. Handoff, Spurlock gets in. 3rd touchdown of the day. 24-3. This has been more of a defensive performance in my opinion. I think we've really gotten lucky with some good field position. Created, had a big pass down the sideline to Spurlock. One not really nice screen pass to Poe that got us like 20+ yards. Yeah, just been able to really keep Notre Dame under wraps. I think that they have not relied on this run game enough because I think it's been pretty consistent. Notre Dame's guys in space are not breaking a ton of tackles. LPO underneath. Tapped down by Treadwell. 1st down. I need in motion. It's going to be a little escort handoff. It's a gain of 2. Send Sermon on the blitz here. Along with Hardrick, another former Notre Dame middle linebacker. Been relatively quiet today. He's made 1 or 2 nice plays. It's going to be the handoff. Yep. Our playbook has got a lot of plays that they're running, so you can kind of read that and see it. Hardwick does make a good play right on cue. Actually run it here on 3rd and 12. Going to get cut down after a gain of 5. Notre Dame is just like that to me is like a signification of you giving up. I think Notre Dame's defense is playing well enough here today. Getting up 3 touchdowns to Spurlock. It hasn't been I say again, outside of 4 or 5 plays, this has not been a great, consistent offense here for Purdue. Notre Dame has just had 0 consistent offense here. This out to Mills and get the stiff arm down. So first down. Run this here on the inside. Feels like we started well running the football. It's been really inconsistent since then at best. He's got 3 scores though, which is obviously nice. Three wide receivers here. It's in Abram in motion. Hand it off to Spurlock again. I should have went outside. Spurlock gets the first down. Keeps the feet churning. He was more than happy to just sit on the ball here. Another, oh, I thought it was a first down, but it's not. Spurlock in motion. That's just a bad throw from Sampson. He's had more than a few of those this year for whatever reason. We'll try to just run it right at him. Can we try this? Let's go over the top. See if we can create the big play. Play action. He's going to heave it. Abram. Oh, I thought he brought it in. It's incomplete. 4th and inches. We'll try to just put this game away. With a quarterback sneak. Obviously, it doesn't truly put it away, but the clock is really starting to burn here for Notre Dame. I don't know that I've had a game in this series. I'm sure I have, maybe 1 or 2, that we did not throw for a passing touchdown. The way it's going right now, Spurlock with all 3 of our touchdowns, plus we got a field goal from Runyon. Spurlock almost caught a seam there. This is a death march here, essentially, on this drive. He'd have enough clock, you've almost put this game away. Good pass out, and Ahmed going to get inside the 10. Going to be down at the 6. Thought was there, and now Tranquil a little banged up. It's not good, being one of our biggest playmakers here. 2nd and goal from the 9. Underneath, big shot there on Godot. You can throw it here, you just run it. Taking up a lot of clock here, man. We have a few more seconds. We're going to snap it right about the 6.5-minute mark. Handoff. Doesn't really get anything. Kick another field goal here with Runyon. At least attempted. Up it's good. 27-3. 6 minutes taken off the clock. Pretty much a Notre Dame offense that's created no big plays. Now they have to try to figure something out. They want a chance at this game. You've got to push the ball. You either got to push the ball down the field or hope you get it out to guys quickly and they can break a couple of tackles. Ornberger has not shown me today that he can lead any kind of crazy drive. They've ran it pretty well, though. Yeah, I mean, he's averaging just under 5 yards a tote. Just play zone. Try to keep them hitting the big play. Yeah, I mean, they're creating holes against us running the football still. Ornberger, it seems like all the sacks and all the times we hit him early in the game, it just really had an effect on him and his ability to throw the football. Guys are just not really getting open either. I bet Anchor wishes he had transferred to us. I probably don't go after Ahmed or Ahmad if we not Ahmad, Abram if we were going to pick him up. I'd have never moved on Abram, and Abram's a better player overall wise. There you go. One of the best plays of the day for the Fighting Irish. A big big first down there. It's on the blitz this time.
Here we go.
Underneath. Hardrick in a bad spot. Now Notre Dame. Two of their best plays of the game back to back. Toilola, I don't know why they have not been consistently getting him the football. Would have really helped them today, though. There you go. 801. Two and a half minutes left. Notre Dame trying to at least make the score a little bit more presentable here. Underneath, right to where we sent the blitz from, but only gets so much space. Just dropped it. Well, so to be fair, this is what happens when you don't recruit enough people at every position. For some reason, Notre Dame, one of the best tight end, colleges ever, in their long history, they have two tight ends, and throw that to a tackle, and he drops it. 4th and 4. Preston, let's play inside. He floats it, goes up and gets it. I believe that's Babb on the score. Ornberg, this offense, get it going, but getting it going maybe a little too late here. Trying to make this a 16-point game here. You want to scramble up and get it in? Okay. 27-16, they're going for the onside kick. Ooh. Go up and get that bar. More safeties. Able to bring it in. That's going to pretty much do it here. I don't know if they'll even bother calling timeouts. Good block. Okay, they're calling timeouts. We're going to have to get a first down here. Almost had some more success today, like in the passing game, but really not a great day for our run game in general. Got Spurlock scoring a few times. Been a good game. Been a fun game.
Okay, ready? Let's go.
Notre Dame still calling their timeouts. We hand it off again. Call one last timeout. I'm trying to find a toll, see if we can get the outside and find a way to get a first down. That's out, run down. Notre Dame's defense really, to me, played plenty well. We got lucky with some really good field position and stuff. Yeah, I mean, this has, again, been, really complete domination. Shout out to this crowd, getting loud again. I mean, it's obviously really late in the process. Ahmed. Or why I want to keep saying Ahmad. Let's go to chew clock. Let me call another play just so the clock will go. Oh, it's not going to go. Let us go. We're going to call a timeout here with no time left on the clock and then kick the field goal and hopefully make this a 30-11 game. I mean, after losing week 1, after losing the national championship game, kind of having those 2 losses in a row, a little shocked at how effective the defense has kind of suddenly been. Warning's kick is up. It's good. Notre Dame will have time for 1 or 2 plays here on offense. That'll pretty much be it. I think that's where they return it. Nope, they actually might deal that anyway. Nope. Take it out. Tackle down. They'll probably get 2 snaps off here. Still going to get sacked. Just 3 pass rushers, and I tried to set up for the, looked like to grab the screen. I guess that freaked him out. All right, 30-11. Much more dominant performance than I would have thought. Certainly coming into this game, and we did not like we ran the ball particularly well. Sampson doesn't even throw for a touchdown pass, but just a rugged, hard-nosed performance. Played really well defensively against the pass. Got a ton of pressure on Ornberger. He was not really that accurate whenever he was even given time. He just simply did not make enough plays. He threw a nice jump ball there that got brought down. But, yeah, I don't think they ran the ball as much as they should have. I think that was the biggest reason why they beat us last year at our place. But did not carry over today. We won every quarter but the 4th and won it in pretty easy fashion. I mean, we only racked up 365 yards of offense ourselves. We held him to 173, though. We were 60% on 3rd down, 1 for 1. The 1 4th down we went for, which was the same for them, but they were just 2 for 10 on 3rd down. No turnovers. We dominated time of possession. Just were the more physical team today, and that's the kind of the style that we ended up going with. Sampson 27 to 33, 258, no touchdowns. More importantly, though, no interceptions. With kind of how this season has started from him. Spurlock got 20 carries, just 64 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, Ahmed, they both averaged 3.2 yards a carry. Did have Abram end up with 10 yards and Tranquil with 14 on a couple of runs for them. Mills and Abram. I guess Abram's technically our leading receiver. Spurlock had 54 yards receiving. Poe had a 20-yard gain. 41. So we created some big plays in the passing game. Just didn't. But a lot of his stuff was underneath, other than the big throw to Spurlock. Tried to push it downfield a little bit more today, and I feel like we ended up having some pretty good results whenever we decided to. But kind of just. I went into this game seeing their defense, seeing their secondary, and once it kind of became apparent they just did not have the offense in this game to pressure us much. Decided to just play this underneath. Boykins with a really strong game. Kranchik again. Wiley gets I believe his first career. No, certainly not his first career sack, but his first sack of this year. And Cornelius with a half sack. I mean, we didn't live in their backfield or anything. They just could not consistently complete passes. Had 4 deflections. Just not a good game. And we limited their possessions. They were bad on 3rd down. Ornberger started this game 8 for 18. Completed his last 7, but by then the damage was done. Just 147 yards passing and a touchdown. They really should have ran the ball more. Toilolo just under 5 yards a carry for the game. But Ornberger, obviously, with all the sacks, really hurts their numbers. It was Bav that got into the end zone, but there's no standouts here. Toilolo was their best player on offense by a country mile. Callaway was a really, really good player for them today. I feel like Fabian made a couple of really good plays too, but yeah, Callaway was certainly their best player on the field. I mean, they lived in our backfield, relatively speaking. But yeah, just was not enough. Nobody made like game-changing plays, I guess would be the way that I would put it. Yeah, we get the job done here. Who do we want to use as our thumbnail player? I mean, it probably should be Spurlock. Right. I mean, not on that play. You know what? Let's just try to find a. Maybe get Abram here a little look. This was the little pass over the middle. It's kind of the same setup we did in the last thumbnail there with Texas. And just in case I kind of want to do something different with it, we'll get a little shot of the background. Yeah, easy peasy win though. Oops, accidentally clicked back into it. Come on. Puts us at 2-1 here on the season. Really, really good defensive performance there. Should help us out in a lot of ways. Back up in the top 5. Championship contender is back up. That's good. Okay. Playing style. So got some guys that aren't really liking, I guess, the lack of completions and catches, really and truly. That's probably what it is for Slater as well. Playing time. Working on getting Ruggs down, but some of these are going to be kind of tough to deal with for sure. Got a massive matchup in the next one. But let's see what we got. See what happened. We have Miami of Ohio over James Madison, Arkansas over FCS, USC over Michigan State, Texas Tech over BYU, Stanford over Pittsburgh. Already Pitt's second loss of the season. Had Ohio, Lord have mercy, I did not know this. So Rob Tuttle was the national championship champion quarterback for LSU. He transfers for the second time to Ohio State this offseason. He's originally from Wisconsin, won a natty at LSU, replacing Taylor Downs. Comes back to the Big Ten, into Ohio State, goes on the road at Baton Rouge, and throws 7 touchdown passes. Tony Beckner scores 4 touchdowns. Wow. We play Ohio State this year, too. It ain't going to be actually very long. Play them in a couple of games, I think. Northwestern over UCLA. One upset there. UCLA finally loses a Big Ten game that's not to us. Missouri over Florida Atlantic. There's our game. Tennessee over Sam Houston. SMU with the win. And then Va Tech gets a win there over Old Dominion. Don Falk out of FIU is your defensive player of the week. And then Greg Singletary in a loss is the offensive player of the week nationally. The Big Ten is Josh Tejada and Parker Chun out of Nebraska ends up winning. Those are the Big Ten players of the week. Take a look at the Heisman. Greg Biggs back up top. There's Cliff Turk still hanging around after all these years. Okay, the guy from Miami of Ohio. Take a look at our stats. Not really much change other than yardage, obviously, for Sampson because he didn't throw a touchdown. He did not throw a pick. Spurlock gets his first 3 scores of the year, at least in the rushing game here. Abram still the leading receiver, both in receptions and yards. Spurlock is actually tied for second in yards with Tranquil, who's still leading us with 2 receiving touchdowns, and it's been a quartet of players all with 1. Treadwell and Hardrick right now pretty easily leading the team in tackles between them. Kranchik has certainly been a difference maker here pretty quickly. Looks like a guy that probably with 1 more year of development is likely a draftable player. Like he's been really good. Already 6.5 sacks for him, 6 for Treadwell. Got 3 from Boykins and a couple of other guys kind of with some noise in there as well. Take a look at recruiting. Tolly looking really good here in this battle. He is coming in on our visit to USC here in just a couple of weeks in week 7. Still looking good for the 2 running backs. Still looking good for Hazelwood. We're doing all we can do here. That's literally, you got him coming in on a visit there as well. Here comes Michigan, really starting to push here for Conti. We're not really in dire straits to bring him in, to be honest with you. Okay, so what we're really going to have to do here with Crum is try to keep ourselves alive and hope that, the boost from the visit and everything really works out in our favor. Let's just see if we can find what the right hard sell is, since there aren't but a couple of more options. So I think it's this one, because I don't think there's one with those in Coach Prestige. Or Coach Stability, sorry. I think it's that one. Yeah. So it has to be this. Max him out is all we can do. I think I'm doing all I can do here. Actually, I know his. We're going to have to really use these points now for these visits and stuff. Illinois was what I was trying to make the defensive. Or defensive mindset visit here. Play style is A+. See what we can do there with none. About McCants. Yeah, it can only be this one. Okay, so that actually would hurt us, so we don't want to bring him in for that visit. Got him maxed out. Let's see what we can do here. I want to bring a male in. Brand exposure. Keep holding 50 there. We don't have any points now available. Everything's looking okay still. Some of these battles we're obviously going to lose. Like there's no point in Radigan here. There's no point. Cut our losses there. I want to go ahead and start building up another week for visits. Sort of thing where it won't let me click on the guy's name. So if I get Truman on like this USC visit, obviously, yeah, I mean, that's probably the right play. Brand exposure. You just bring him in on a bye week? It's going to cut ties here as well. Why is it doing this? game can be like so laggy in its screens. I don't know if it's because it's like constantly saving or not. Rice Lemon, 5-star. This is the guy we really need right here. Playing time. And we'll try to bring him in to give us a really good opportunity to get a lot of these guys to commit. Let me see if there's like an offensive player that we can bring in on a visit to kind of help out. Offers prestige. We go ahead and bring Kerr in here. That's going to help. Just with the quarterback, I want the quarterback pretty bad though. So his conference prestige, we'll bring him in. Unless there's like a running back. So the running back doesn't have any complimentary visits. Let's go ahead and say he's a bust 5-star, but I'm sure we can deal with that. Bring him in here to try to help. He's a conference prestige. I keep forgetting it. I'm so sorry. 10 points there. All right, so now we've got week 7, and 9. Already kind of locked up, and we could probably just bring Cole in on a visit, obviously, and just see if we can just go ahead and get this battle over with. I think we just do that. It's not even a battle, but see if we can just get this recruitment over. Honestly, just do the same thing here with McLean. Coach Prestige. A couple of bye week guys here when we can throw around these, just kind of 5-point deals. Championship contender. Is there another guy that might be worth just I'll have 5 points left is all I got. Put 5 more here on Antoine Saunders. Yeah. I think that's going to do it here. You see, when Tolly comes in, as long as we win this game, he's got plenty of pluses coming in. This should be an automatic commitment. Again, not a huge throw power guy, and the accuracies are not great. If we bring him in and he looks like he's going to be our starter, we'll probably just completely base this offense, kind of change things up into being much more QB run centric. I really wouldn't mind maybe diving into the custom playbook and stuff and seeing what we could create out of that. But that's going to do it here today for me. And yeah, if you enjoy the content, like and subscribe. Check out my other work on the channel as well. Thank y'all so much for tuning in, and until next time.